Hey y'all, it's Cody from Sleepopolis, and today we are talking about how to sleep when you're sick. That's right, I'm going to tell you precisely how to snooze so you can get over the common cold, the flu, a stomachache, or an intense migraine in a jiffy. But before we get into all of that, remember that you can always go to sleepopolis.com for guides to the healthiest sleeping positions and the best mattresses to buy online. And with that in mind, let's get back to the matter at hand by chatting about the common cold. Ah yes, the common cold, a viral infection of the throat and nose that affects millions of folks every year. And though fairly mild in terms of its symptoms, which are usually a runny nose, sneezing, and congestion, the cold can be super annoying, especially when trying to sleep at night. And it's actually pretty ironic because the best defense against the cold is quality sleep, according to both your mother and medical experts. In fact, this study from 2010 found that poor slumber was associated with lower resistance to the common cold. So, how in the world do you sleep well when dealing with this nasty virus? Well, I'd suggest a few things, and keep in mind that I'm not a medical professional, so any of the advice I give in this video is based solely on personal recommendations and research. Nevertheless, here are a few tricks you might want to employ. Number 1, get some humidity in your room. The gentle steam from a humidifier can help open the nasal passages and clear out your system. Number 2, stay hydrated. Drinking fluids is a tried and true method for beating the cold, and this applies to slurping up H2O right before bedtime too. And number 3, sleep on your side. Back sleeping can make congestion worse, so turn onto either your left or right side while sleeping. Another viral infection many of us deal with on an annual basis is the flu. Common symptoms include fever, chills, muscle aches, coughs, congestion, runny nose, headaches, and fatigue, all of which can make snagging decent Z's incredibly difficult. And as with the cold, it's vital to get good sleep while dealing with the flu. Otherwise, your symptoms could last way longer than you want them to. And though a lot of the advice we've already covered can apply to both the common cold and the flu, there are a few tips you can use specifically to snooze with influenza. Number 1, sleep on your side, but make sure to prop yourself up with a few extra pillows. It might be a little uncomfortable, but this will help to prevent nasal drip from building up in your throat. Number 2, if you can't sleep at all, get out of bed and sit up for a while. Rolling around in bed trying to get to sleep is going to be worse for you in the long run than getting up and sitting in an upright position on your couch or lounge chair. Is there anything worse than a bad stomachache? Whether caused by heartburn, food poisoning, or indigestion, this kind of pain can make it beyond impossible to get a good night's sleep. And if you're someone who regularly struggles with irritable bowel syndrome or chronic gut pain, the restlessness can affect every aspect of your life. But thankfully, there are a few ways to soothe tummy issues while you doze. Firstly, turn onto your left side. Most experts agree that sleeping on the left side is the best for overall gut health because it helps to set the digestive tract in a neutral line while also preventing stomach acid from entering the esophagus. A 2010 study confirmed this by identifying left side sleeping as effective at reducing reflux in adult subjects. Number 2, if the problems persist, you may want to alter when and how you're eating. Lying down too soon after having dinner, for example, can cause uncomfortable gas and bloating. And finally, let's talk about migraines. More serious than your average headache, migraines combine throbbing head pain with nausea and sensitivity to light and sound. And whereas normal headaches tend to dull over time, migraines can actually intensify as the minutes tick by. And according to this 2018 study, they're also associated with serious sleep disorders, especially insomnia. But there are ways to change up your slumber routine to alleviate the worst symptoms of chronic migraines. Number 1, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. A deceptively simple task that can do a lot to improve migraine symptoms by correcting your circadian rhythms. Number 2, according to migrainetrust.org, it's crucial to keep your bedroom as quiet and dark as possible. You may even want to consider buying blackout curtains to keep distracting lights at bay. Number 3, if you suffer from chronic migraines, chances are they're triggered by the same things every time. So it's important to figure out what your triggers are and to avoid them at all costs. Number 4, when it comes to sleep itself, try sleeping on your back. This will put the least pressure on your head and help to stabilize your spine. To wrap things up, let's answer some of the most frequently asked questions we get about sickness and sleep here at Sleepopolis. Okay, so how do you fall asleep when you're sick? Well, it's all about setting up your environment for success. You can take a steamy shower before going to bed. Set the thermostat low, somewhere between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Drink water. And if you're dealing with congestion or a runny nose, prop up your head and sleep on your side. Number 2, why can't you sleep when you're sick? Well, there are a lot of things going on that can disrupt your normal slumber flow. If you've got nasal drip, for example, it can fall into the mouth while you sleep, which can then cause coughing. Quality sleep is a product of consistency, and sickness is all about randomized chaos. And lastly, is sleeping good when sick? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Getting good shut-eye is essential to combating common illnesses. And why? Well, because it resets the body and gives your immune system time to recharge and rest up. Well, folks, that about does it for this video on sickness and sleep. For more sleep-related content and resources, make sure to go to sleepopolis.com and subscribe to the Sleepopolis YouTube channel. Until next time, happy dreaming.